to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Hiiiii, aka MOMMYYSHAYY. Today we're going to be doing this makeup look right here. If you guys would like to see how I achieved it, go ahead and keep on watching. For serum, I'm using this Lancôme. This one is the Smoothing and Glow Boosting Liquid Care. And I'm just patting this all over my skin, dragging it down my neck. After I pat it, I like to just tap my fingers all over my skin to wake it up and just tell it, hey, drink up what I'm feeding you. Estée Lauder Advanced Night Repair Eye. This guy here feels like a serum. So I just apply this on with my ring fingers in a tapping motion all underneath my under eyes. Now for a face moisturizer, I have been using this a lot lately. I'm almost done with my first jar. I already have my second one ready. This one is from ITcosmetics. It is called Confidence in a Cream. This is for all skin types. It is a transforming moisturizing super cream. It is anti-aging. I like to grab quite a bit. I use about the same amount for morning and night. Some nights that I feel that my skin really needs it, I'll go ahead and apply it a little heavier. We're just gonna swipe this all across the face. And make sure to run this down your décolleté. My next product is also from Lancôme. This is their, can't even say that, but it's their UV 50 plus sunscreen. I've been using this alongside with their two-step peel that just came out. I did have this sent to me from Influenster and Lancôme themselves. It was given to me completely free for me to give them my honest review. And so far, I do really love this SPF. I find if I run it too close to my eyes, which you shouldn't even be doing, it might give me a little bit of a sting throughout the day. And before I forget, this SPF is oil-free. It is fast-absorbing, lightweight, feels well under makeup. It's, again, for all skin types, and all you have to do is shake it well, and he's also water-resistant. I do like using this SPF. At first, it feels a little on the oily side, but it does mattify into your skin, and I personally don't find that it messes with my makeup. But if I want like a super natural makeup day, I will put this on, and then I'll run like my cream foundation with my fingers only in spot areas that I want to conceal, and I love the way it looks. It keeps me looking nice and dewy while protecting me from the sun. And it says 80 minutes, so after 80 minutes they recommend that you apply. In general, you should be reapplying your SPF every 2 hours. My last skincare step, my Jurlique Rosewater Balancing Mist Intense. This is the deluxe edition. I love this stuff, and it really makes your skin feel like a rose petal. It smooths and softens all of its texture out. So after you spray that on, you just want to use your hands to pat all of that in. You guys know, if you've been watching my videos, my favorite primer is from Becca. This is their Backlight primer, and I will wear this every day even with no makeup on because it gives me a nice glow. Alright, so I'm going to be going straight into brows. I'll be using my Sonia Kashuk number 27 brush, and it looks just like this. Alongside with that, I'm going to be using my NYX Eyebrow Gel. This one is in Espresso. And before I start, I'm going to go ahead and just brush my brows up and out. Just picking up very little of it onto my brush. I'm making sure to like distribute the product throughout the brush all the way and follow the natural brow shape. I'm doing small little strokes to mimic the appearance of hairs. And I'm pretty much outlining the top and bottom of my brow first before filling it all in. Remember to go in the direction of your natural hair growth. Now carefully, I'm just adding a little more to the tails of my brows so that they give a little bit of an ombre effect and really help frame my face. Using my Infallible Pro Glow, and this is in 205 Natural Beige. I'm honestly just trying to use this guy all up. I'm going to apply him with my fingertips first. I'm really working that into the skin to warm it up. Now going in with my beauty blender, I'm just going to press that all into my skin. If your ears are showing, you want to make sure to cover them just so that you don't have two-toned ears. You want everything to really blend. We're going to go ahead and move back to our brows using my MAC NC20 Studio Finish Concealer. We're going to be picking that up on a flat concealer brush. And we're going to go ahead and just clean up our brows. I'm dragging that concealer down my eyelid so that it can prep it for the eyeshadow. It helps me create a blank canvas for everything. And you can clean the tops off if needed. Going in with my beauty blender, I'm just blending everything out. So we're not going to put our beauty blender away. We're going to keep it out because we're going to move on to our concealer next. I'm using the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer, and this one here is in M17 Warm. This is a little bit of a thicker concealer, so if you don't like a full coverage under eye, definitely don't apply as much as I'm applying. All right. Before blending all of that out, I'm going to put my contour color on my nose. The one I'm using today is going to be NARS. And this one is the Medium Dark 3 shade. I'm going with the back side of my beauty blender that has the leftover foundation and concealer on to go ahead and just blend the centers out. Now moving my beauty blender off to the side where there's no concealer, I'm going to press my contour in. Adding that concealer over those contours so that it makes it look a lot more natural, but we still have that shadowing underneath the concealer. Now going in with my Kat Von D Lock-It Translucent Powder, I'm going to pick this up with my beauty blender and pat this all underneath my under eyes. Dragging the excess powder over my areas that naturally crease. It is so essential that I get my laugh lines along with my forehead. I get these 4 little lines in the center of my forehead that just crease, and once they're creased, they don't go away, so I have to do this immediately after applying all of my complexion on. Now I'm just really pressing this into my skin until it disappears so that I know that I've ensured that my under eyes are completely set. They won't be going anywhere. Now moving on to my contour, I'm going in with Smashbox, and this is in medium dark. I'm using my Bdellium Tools 945. It's a nice little round dome brush. Going into my hollows, I'm just lightly starting by my ear and dragging that color forward, and I'm keeping it in this area. Now that I feel like most of my product is exactly where I need it, I'm going to run it really, really close to my hairline by my temple. Connect those two, again keeping it by the hairline, and now going to the top of my forehead to contour that out. I like to run my bronzers and contour shades into my ears. Again, I want everything to be seamless and blended. Now running this down the side of my ear, face. Now I'm spending a little bit more time blending all the edges out. Notice how I'm not picking up the brush off my face when I'm blending. Depending on your face shape, your contouring can change. For myself, it's pretty simple. It's just a big E and a 3. I really like to work this in my jawline so that nobody looks like they have a double chin. And then I'm pulling it back down. Picking a little more up, and I'm going to work this on the side of my esophagus. There's honestly hardly any on there, but I like to do this because when you contour your face, you slim it out, and after you slim it out, you don't want to walk around with like a thick looking workout neck and a very thin chiseled out face. So I like to balance everything out by running my contours and my bronzers down my neck and even sometimes onto my collarbone. I want you guys to take a notice. I think I could see on the screen over there that looks like my face is already highlighted. I have not applied any highlight on yet. This is simply all of the primer working underneath the Pro Glow. I'm applying a little bit of my contour shade underneath my lips. Not that I need to make them look any bigger, but again, balance. Center of my Cupid's bow, and then I'm going to go over where I put my contour color, and it'll just pick it up and help it stand out a little more and last all day, having the cream underneath. To do a little V at the bottom of my nose, and there's really not much buttoning that you can do to this nose because I got a big nose, but still run it across it anyways. Going in with my Bdellium Tools 990 brush, I'm picking up my NYX Matte Bronzer very lightly and tapping it off. And the brush is perfect, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply it from my hairline towards the center of my face. And then brushing that over the forehead, jawline, and down my neck. This really helps warm the face up and blend those contours out. Now, I really like to look chiseled and bronzed, so I'm going to go ahead and be applying a second coat of my bronzer over my cheeks. I like to apply onto my contour area and then pull it up. That way I don't have any separation. Now, if you noticed, I ran it over my brows and they didn't move, and that's because that NYX brow pomade gel is waterproof. So if you need a waterproof product that's inexpensive, go out and buy that one. I'm going to move on to my blush using another Bedelium's Tool brush. This one's the 964. And I'm going in with my NARS. This is the One Shocking Moment palette. This came out who knows how long ago. And I'm going in with these 3 shades here. Just blending all of them together, mainly picking up the center shade. I'm starting at the apples of my cheeks and pulling it back towards my hairline, giving it a slight swoop into my temple. I'm feeling like my nose contour is a little strong, so what I'm going to do is grab my beauty blender that had the translucent powder on it, and I'm just going to press that over my contour areas just to settle it down and press it in. Keep it a little more on the natural side. What's natural about this makeup look? To most people's favorite part, I'm going to highlight my cheekbones. I'm using the Too Faced Candlelight Glow. Those of you that have gotten their makeup done with me before, I am obsessed with broken highlights. I don't care to fix my highlights. I think that I get more pigment that way, but I'll be honest, it is a hassle because sometimes they get all over the place and they break and hit the floor, but it is what it is. I prefer more of a loose pigment. I'm going to be using Rosy Glow today, and I like to shake mine up. Using my highlight brush from Makeup Forever. It's called, I think, Wavy, and it's number 134. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up my highlight on it, and then brush that onto the high points of my cheek. I used to think that this highlight was going to be too light for me, but definitely is one of my favorite highlights I've ever touched before. I lost my Makeup Forever highlight at Coachella. So mad. I took it and I said, I shouldn't be taking this. I'm probably going to lose it. And then I decided to take it because I needed a compact with a mirror so that I could touch up my lips. I think it was like on the 2nd or 3rd day. And when they were checking our bags in, sure enough, it fell out. And I felt like it fell out. And I even said it, but I didn't look back. I don't know why I didn't, but we live and we learn. Look at how beautiful that is. I've tried multiple highlight brushes, and I have to say this one from Makeup Forever is still to this day my absolute favorite highlight brush I've ever used. I am running this over my brows, a little up my big old forehead so that it gets a very dewy all over look. I'm going in with that Jurlique Rosewater one more time. I'm using another Lancôme product that again was sent to me by Influenster and Lancôme themselves so that I can give my honest review. I have one of these already, but it's like their lip gloss formula and I absolutely love it. This one here is Lancôme Matte Shaker and this color is Pink Power. All you're going to do is give it a shake, twist, and the product is going to be on this little applicator and you're just going to go ahead and swipe and apply. Now, if you're a skeptic like me, you would have thought no way that this liquid in this formula was not going to work and turn matte, but it does turn matte and it stays on all day. Now, for most of you, it might be easier if you guys go in with the lip liner first. I hate lip liners. Probably a lip liner would be easier and then go in with this guy just because it's a little bit difficult to create those smooth lines alongside the lip line. Look at who woke up. Say hi, Milo. Hi. Say hi, Dad. Hey. Alright, so I'm back. Had to feed my little Milo. I want to show you guys how matte this lip is. It hasn't fully dried, but I'm going to zoom in just so you guys can see. So I'm really loving this formula. Really tiny, really small. You can keep it in your pocket. They have a variety of colors. I do recommend that you guys walk into your nearest Sephora and try this out. Honest opinion, I do absolutely love this 100%. I want to get all the colors. If I can get a thumbs up if you think that this makeup look is complete right here. For eyes, we are going to start off with a big fluffy brush and the bronzer that we used on our face. Circular motions in that windshield wiper rainbow shape. We're not dragging this out at all. We're keeping it all in the eye frame area. I'm just slightly buffing this up into the brow bone, but still leaving that little bit of a white cast that the concealer created on our eyelids. That alone could be your eye makeup look, but we want to add some pizzazz today. So I'm going to be grabbing my Morphe 25A palette. Looks like this. And I'm going in with this bronze color in the same brush. And I'm going to apply that in the same exact areas, but keeping it more true to my crease. I'm not going to buff it up the brow bone. We are going to grab our Smashbox palette. This one is the full exposure palette, and we're going to go into this shade right here. As you can tell, I use these the most. And again, we're going to run this all over our crease and kind of on our eyelid. It's okay if it gets on our eyelid. I'm putting these shades on first because I'm going to be using a glitter glue to adhere my lid color, but I want it to be buffed and blended out, so I'm applying these colors first so that there's no harsh lines. Going in with my Too Faced glitter glue, I'm just going to use the little pea size on my ring finger, warming them up, and then I'm just going to apply it on my eyelids. Making sure to really get that in the inner corner. Be careful when you bring it out to the outer. Now immediately after, I'm picking up that same Smashbox shade with my ring finger, and I'm going to be patting this onto my lid. I'm grabbing the shade immediately next to it. I barely even have any. And I'm patting that directly into the center of my eyelid so it really makes my eyes look a lot more opened. There we go. For my brow bone highlight, moving a next shade over. This one is, let me see if I can get that. Very shimmery, but it doesn't have any of the metallic glitter in there. I'm gonna be picking that up on the opposite side of my brush. This actually came with my full exposure palette, but I know that they no longer give this exact brush in that palette, so I'm sorry. But I'm gonna pick that highlight and I'm pressing that carefully on my brow bone. And then going in with the blending side and blending those two out. This palette is such a mess. I don't even have a lid on it, Lord. But I'm gonna be using this shade right here. Can you guys see that? This shade right here. This is from my Marc Jacobs, the Siren palette. I think it was limited edition, but feel free to just pick up any like yellow gold color or any color you really, honestly, you could put any color into your inner corner, but I'm going in with this yellow gold. I'm just really patting that into my inner corner. I'm just pulling that to blend into my lid color. Now exactly what we did to the top of the eyes, we're going to do to the bottom of the eyes. I'm going in with that Morphe shade and I'm running it on my lower lash line. Okay, now going in with the Smashbox color, that first brown shimmer. We are not going to be dipping into the center of the lid colors because we want the under eyes to remain a little darker than the top of the eyes, which is also why we didn't use any glitter glue in that area. Same Marc Jacobs palette, going into this like burgundy copper color. I'm going to pick a little bit of that up. I'm going to run that also my lower lash line, but I'm going to keep this to the outer corners. Our last and final eye step is to pick up ITcosmetics glitter, and I'm going to apply this with my ring finger onto the center of my lids. And then once I have it on the center, I'm going to kind of blend the edges out and get it a little into my crease. I'm using the Dior Show Mascara, and this is just in their 090, which is black. I'm going to apply some lashes, and then I'll be back. All right, so my lashes are on. I set my face with my Makeup Forever setting spray, and voila. we are all done with this makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys like these talk through videos, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that I can continue to bring you some more of this.
He's done videos. If me that